Welcome to Casio Chaos Theory. Now, regular viewers of this channel will know that my interest in Casio musical instruments started way back in 1982 when I was given a VL1 as a Christmas present. And all these years later, I still have it, still use it, and still love it. Plus it's so magical that when I say the magic word and magic melody, it makes me appear on a Casio TV. Watch! Casio Chaos Theory. Magic! Now, let's get back to the normal screen. Oops, wrong TV screen. Hold on. That's better. Now, though it's part calculator and part synthesizer, many are unaware that the synth part of the 1981 VL1 has its origins in Casio's musical calculators that were released a short while prior. According to the calcmuseum.com website, these musical calculators first hit the market in 1979, though it's hard to get absolute confirmation of release dates, as the earliest appearance of one I found is in a 1980 and 1981 catalogue from the Olympic Sales Company in the USA, where on page 38 you can see a few of these models being advertised. This catalogue was found in the Casio Calculator website that has a fantastic collection of archived Casio catalogues, link in the description box below, but unfortunately they don't have any catalogues for the 1976 to 1979 period, but as they do have many Casio catalogues prior to this and from 1980 onwards, we can use those as an approximate guide as to when some models first hit the market. On a side note, being British and living in the UK when these calculators were first released, I suspect that the UK may have got many of these products later than when they were first released in the USA and Japan. For instance, looking in the Spring-Summer 1981 edition of the UK Argos catalogue, this is when we see the musical calculators make their first appearance, and prior to this in the Winter 1980 edition, you could buy Casio calculators from Argos but not the musical models. The different regional release dates is also likely evident when we see that the uploader of a USA Casio commercial that includes the MG880 calculator in the product lineup very specifically stated that it was aired in November 1980.
Digital is Casio!
And that also coincided with the release of Casio's very first musical keyboards, the CT201 and M10. This also aligned with the aforementioned 1980 to 1981 Olympic sales catalogue, where we can see that the MG880's availability as being, quote, late 1980. With Casio catalogues from casiocalculator.com and also the UK Argos catalogues, I'm going to be using them as reference points as to when some of these models were first released. From what I've read online, the sound generation used in the VL1 and the musical calculators is apparently based on a mathematical process and algorithm called the Walsh Function. And I quote, "In mathematics, more specifically in harmonic analysis, Walsh functions form a complete orthogonal set of functions that can be used to represent any discrete function, just like trigonometric functions can be used to represent any continuous function in Fourier analysis." There are plenty of articles online going into detail of how Walsh Function works, so feel free to investigate further if you want to know more about it, as explaining it is beyond the scope of this video and my mathematical knowledge. Unlike the VL1 with its ADSR and selectable effects synthesizer section, the musical calculators came with one single preset tone that could be played using the keypad. You have a range of 11 notes in the form of do, re, mi, etc., but no sharps or flats. Of course, it was rather gimmicky, and the adverts at the time were really stretching their actual musical capabilities. But still, I thought it was worth exploring these crazy calculators. I've also managed to get hold of a few of them to show you, and for this video, I will demonstrate and give a general overview of each of these models. Then I will make some more in-depth model-specific videos at a later date. So let's jump in and take a look at what must have been the bane of many an early 1980s school teacher when their pupils doing calculations simultaneously fill the classroom with a cacophony of musical bleeps. There are quite a number of different models available, from the basic calculator with musical keypad to those that added clocks, calendars, games, sequences, melody compilations, and even one model that could talk. One of the reasons that I wanted to explore these musical calculators is to see if there is a way of using one as the lead instrument in a piece of music. By that I mean unmodified, as some people have circuit bent them to good effect and use them in a musical composition that way. I recommend checking out Simon the Magpie's great video where he did just that to his Casio ML80 calculator.
Hi, the Magpie! In this video, we are going to play around with the Casio Melody 80. Complete chaos. As you can see, we have like double wiring going on. This one is just a fuck up button.